Last year's team had a good tournament, done really well getting to the group stage. Like a year previous, it gets really difficult in the knockout stages. The Spanish teams seem to have be a lot more prepared in seeing out a game than we do. You know, they know how to structure themselves. If you go 1-0 down, you go behind against them. It's really, really difficult to get yourself into the game again. Their game management is superb. Great to see sort of the progression from the players from the select squad. You know, when we get them in, what we try and teach them is obviously a lot to do with getting to the next stage and the next step. Obviously, they're going to be playing against at a higher standard of football week in, week out, and for any kid's development and progression, you know, they need to be playing at the highest level possible. But I've seen a lot of players progress playing National League. A few players, you know, getting trials maybe within the club A&I setup. You've Ethan, who was on the bench for Crusaders first team. There's a few matches I would still go about and watch matches and National League matches and whatnot, and I've seen a couple of players representing National League teams. And then you have George Story and Tiernan, who eventually came out of the select squad and got a chance of a lifetime over at Peterborough.
Well, I've been up training with the first from pre-season, then every Tuesday and Thursday doing full sessions and playing the matches at the end, and great experience to be up with them boys. And just from that, he came over and said to me at the end of the session that I was in the squad to go away to play Cove Rangers in the Scottish Cup, and it was a great experience. Went away and everything from the start of the day to the end was very professional. It was a great experience. Well, I think my SBYL coaches have definitely helped me a lot. They've helped me push on a level, and I feel a lot more confident with my football. And I think the Costa Blanca Cup was a very good tournament. Everything was very professional. It was another great experience. Definitely something I'll remember for a long time. I think you just have to go and be confident and express yourself and do everything you do well. Don't do too much and try to just go play your normal game and just be confident in the ball. And
the year I've had since the select team has been unbelievable. From going on joining the Northern Ireland team, going on a lot of trips to a lot of countries, from then getting into the Mill Cup team and scoring the last goal in the Mill Cup final, which then led going on into the Victory Shield. Such a massive tournament. It's just been unbelievable. There's definitely any better feeling out there. My dream has always been to become a professional footballer, which I've been lucky enough to go on quite a few trials with professional clubs. So hopefully I can just kick on from there and settle down with a club and have a good career. In my opinion, you shouldn't have to debate. It's once in a lifetime opportunity with such an amazing staff around you, and having to go to Benidorm for 2 weeks to play in a really good tournament, a really good standard. It's just a must do. Like,
this year's team, obviously year after year, there seems to be a lot more sort of players looking to get involved in the trials, and obviously with that, our job becomes a lot more difficult in selecting bring it down to a squad of 18. Obviously, you know, I think there was 120, 130 kids at the original trial from the outset, and for them kids to basically get through the amount of trials that we went through and get into the final squad of 18 is a great achievement for anyone. The squad that we had was, you know, really strong squad. It was leg for leg in terms of, you know, we had an 18-man squad, and it was competition for places throughout the whole squad until right up to the final match. We didn't really have a best 11. You know, players were coming into form. Players were maybe their form was dropping a little bit, but we were able just to change it, and it didn't really affect the performance of the team. Well, we do sort of a lot of team building sort of activities and training, you know, where basically leadership activities and team building activities in terms of to get them to know each other, all coming obviously from different clubs. Born was just basically getting the players on the pitch and getting them comfortable with each other and getting to know each other and learning basically the first step. Obviously it takes a bit of time to basically get our ideas across to the players, and obviously how we like to play, and how we sort of giving the players that belief that they can go out and they can sort of have the ability to compete against basically National League teams and teams that are the pinnacle of their age group in this country. The Kermoney game, the team is a year older than us, so we're a lot more physical than us, you know, and the reason we do that is obviously when we go to Spain from experience, that the Spanish teams aren't just about technical ability. The Spanish teams are basically, you know, they're aggressive, they're big, they're strong, you know, and you have to be basically able to control that physical element of the game if you want to go anywhere in that tournament. So behind the thinking was, you know, early doors, we want to sort of put them up against teams maybe a bit more physical than us to sort of get them used to the physical aspect of football. Decision making wasn't good, you know, the final ball let us down, and we'll give the ball away, guys at 10-5, very sloppy. We need to get that out of their game. If you give a team that amount of time and, you know, respect even, they won't hurt you, regardless of what ability they have. And that's something we need to take into this game, get into the tournament Saturday, is, you know, go out and make it happen, and we need to have leaders on that pitch. We haven't enough leaders on that pitch to take responsibility and go, you know what, I'm putting my head in here where it hurts. I might get an elbow, I might get a clash of heads, I might get an elbow in the ribs or something, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop it later on and show you where the reasons why it's really important that you hold your position. You were doing things wrong to touch. You were following behind the play. Now a lot of the time, your midfield by a Bury being here didn't help you, because there you've turned out, and a Bury should actually be in this area here, just in here, where you could have turned out and got it to a Bury and cut away the other side quick. Alright? So that didn't help you. And other times during it, here, later on, in the thing, the same happened with James, where it was over the far side, you turned out, but where James should have been on for the pass, he wasn't there, and you had to sort of hold on to that ball longer than you had to. It was something we brought in with the previous squad, that we decided just about videoing the game and bringing the kids down to let them watch the game afterwards, and it proved a huge success because we were able to stop the video, show the players exactly where they went wrong, exactly where basically it could have been positional play, it could have been maybe too slow in possession, giving possession away too easily, the players not working to support the man in possession. It could be anything like that, but you can pause the video, you can show on the TV screen exactly what has happened, and from the experience of the year before, the players seem to understand it a lot more, and it would prove a huge success going into the next match, where it sort of nullified the mistakes that were made in the previous game. But I mean, again, we're not out to humiliate any player or blame any player, and it's about a learning curve. It's all about learning. think now the penny's starting to drop with a lot of us of what's expected and what we expect of us as coaches when we're going down the pitch. I think Saturday was the best all-round performance from everybody that we've had up to date. Which I explained at the start when we first met on the first night that it would be a progression stage. You know, the whole summer I expected to get better and better and better and better. This is all new to a lot of you. The way the style of football that we play, being encouraged to go out and get on the ball, it's a lot more enjoyable. It's a lot more enjoyable and it's a lot more beneficial for your own personal progression. And that's the reason we play it. But it's starting, I see now throughout this squad what this squad's capable of, and I hope you see it too, because I don't fear anybody. I don't fear anybody that's put in front of us on that football pitch, provided we have the right attitude, the right commitment, and the right mentality when we go on that pitch. We've got the gala, it was 3 weeks now. The opposition that we've chose for the sort of build-up has got stronger and stronger, and the performance level from the boys is getting stronger and stronger. I think now, you know, the penny's starting to drop as to what it takes to sort of play and get results against this sort of quality opposition. At this stage, you know, everything that we were sort of working on and training and everything. There were all the advice that we were trying to give them in terms of how to improve individually and how to improve as a team was starting to, the penny was starting to drop of what it took to compete at that level. And the Newcastle team came over a year older than us, and it was probably, in my opinion, our best performance leading up to the trip to Spain. The boys went out and they sort of worked their socks off, kept their shape, they kept it, you know, at a respectable scoreline, and that team was probably the best team that we played in the whole of the time that the team was together, in terms of, you know, the sort of level the players that they were playing against. Through after that Newcastle game, where the players realised after the game how good Newcastle were, and the confidence which they took from that game really stood out. Against Bangor was a match where they went out and the basically some of the football was a treat to watch, you know. Linfield National League champions, best team in the country at that age group. I heard nothing but good reports about Linfield, and what a team. They were very strong throughout the whole squad. I think that a couple of players missing in that particular day, but then again, a team like Linfield have players, have a squad, have a good squad depth in terms of they can bring players in as good as but the performance against Linfield was absolutely superb. For us, a South Belfast League team who have never played at that level, to go out against the National League champions and win 3-0 basically is a story unto itself. It basically shows a progression from the start of the 3 months that we had them, that in the end that we can go out, put a team out against Linfield and beat them 3-0 on the day. They were absolutely superb. At the end of it, I thought that result against Linfield set us up nicely for the trip to Spain.
Well, I was here 2 years ago with my brother Jake, and I seen the coaching and the football that they played. It was just something that I wanted to do myself, and now that I'm happy here, I'm happy playing in it. I think we'll do pretty well. We've got a decent team. So hopefully we'll get far.
You lay there on the kitchen floor. It seems like you can't take no more. I'm sorry, but when my engine starts, I just can't get enough. I'll let you up and tie you down, so you'll be here, won't sneak around. I'll lace you up and put you on. Running for you every day and night. I'm running for you, gotta move, don't want no ride. So warm me up, cause I know the world is at my feet, yeah. So take me higher, baby, let's go and hit the streets, yeah. So I'll keep running for you. Running for you, gotta go and step outside. So warm me up, cause I know the world is at my feet, yeah. So take me higher, baby, let's go.
We've done a tough training session there, basically try and get them used to this heat and humidity. You've seen there, we've done a lot of possession work, and the boys' concentration levels weren't the same as back home. You know, they were feeling it a bit, they were feeling the heat, but hopefully we've another 4 training sessions now before the tournament starts, and I feel each one they adjust better to the conditions. I think a lot of them come over here on holiday mode, you know, and it's basically trying to get them to get the focus on the tournament and get the focus on football. That's tough. Last year we lost our first match, and afterwards, you know, we felt that a lot of the boys were still in holiday mode. But after the first match, then it's the penny dropped as to why they're here, and the most important thing is the football. Anything below head height, I expect you to go and beat it. This area here, on your toes. Anything in this sort of fixed area, I want you to go and beat it. All right? Yes, okay. You're watching the ball, leave this area, anything here, you want your toes, anything out here. All right? Back and forth. Really? Head your back. Well done, Wall. Right down the back. Get on, Nate. Why you're not there, Truman? Long whipping it. Good ball. Get it finished. Well done. Great save. Of course you can. Have you confidence between the two of you? So look, confidence is just to go out and play like robots, because we're showing you a few setup. I like the team to set up. But when we have the ball, guys, I want you to express yourselves. I want you to go out and want to try, want to create something different. And you have done it. You have done it over the last lot of friendlies. That you are surprising me. You are getting free kicks away, and I'm going, well, we didn't work on that in the training pitch. You are talking about it between yourselves. If something comes up that you see it, put it down, let's go. Let's play. Because we're capable of that. The lads, most important thing for you and for us is you enjoy yourselves. I'm a great believer in you play your best football with a famous smile in your face. Well, Patrick from the trials, really, you know, he has impressed with his attitude and his temperament. You know, I know what I'm going to get off Patrick on the pitch, and I feel he'll be, you know, off the pitch as well. He's sort of somebody for the boys to look up to, as his attitude's superb, and I just felt that, that he would be a good leader for the boys in the tournament.
Yeah, it's an honour. I've been captain a few times in some of the friendlies. It's good to be captain. I haven't been captain for Rosario or anything, so it's a great honour. They want me to lead by example, keep all the other boys in order, I guess. To lead the team, to communicate, to talk to them, tell them, give them instructions on the pitch, to give them some enthusiasm when they're down. Looking forward to the football, a higher standard than what we've been playing in the South Belfast League, so it should be good.
One more hard.
Boys aquí, en este campo.
Eight weeks will come in. He's been through a trial system. He's got the gallop from the start. In my opinion, the progression has been clear to see from where we came from when we first got together. Now we're here. Now this is what it's all for. Everything said we were all the effort, all the pain, all the commitment, and basically trying to get the level you want. So it's important that doesn't stop.
It was a tough game, shot really well. It was disappointing to concede so late on, but now we're used to it because we've played in 30 degrees heat.
I thought we started slowly, but as it went on, it gradually got better and better, and I think in the end it was a good result for us.
Back of my mind, streak of black, left alone. Hold through the day, just one breath and fade away. So take my surrender, your clouded mind defender. Poison fill me,
so loud, I'm pushing through the crowd to get towards it. Heart is beating through my eyes, it shakes the world, I'm walking through it. Lost inside my mind, I'm breaking, but I'm not awake to feel it. Warm to the touch, much too close, empty eyes. Move between us, not the truth, but not a lie. Sounds like my surrender, your clouded mind defender. Poison fill me, keep me thinking, living till this world like this desperate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back of my mind, streak of black, left alone. Hold through the day, just one breath and fade away. Sounds like my surrender, your clouded mind defender. Poison fill me, keep me thinking, living till this world like this desperate. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was indeed.
They're a good team. They won the tournament last year, but I definitely don't think we should have lost 2-1 against them. The referee just was against us the whole day, so we had no chance.
It was a tough match. They were winners last year. We didn't show up in the first half. I came on the second half, got a goal, and ended up getting man of the match. We got 2 goals disallowed in the last couple of minutes, which should never have been disallowed. It was a pretty standard goal. Well, I seen 3 players behind me and I just took it around him, slid into the bottom corner. It's been good. It's different from over in Belfast. The teams are more organised and play better football. Well, the last 2 games was hard with the heat, but we've got used to it and I hope we win.
We definitely need to get a win. We don't have any excuses tomorrow. It's our 3rd game. If we don't win, then we don't deserve to go through.
When that ball comes out of play and we get a chance to get a bit of water on board, we'll do it. But we need to get out there and prepare ourselves. The best needs to be the hardest you've ever worked in your life. There's no time for pettiness. You start pitting yourself in that pitch, we will fail. Believe me, you need to empty that tank on that pitch.
we definitely didn't have the best starts, but in the second half we really showed how we can play football, and I think we played really well the second half. But if we had played like that in the first half, I think we could have come away with a win in that match.
It was quite a disappointing result, as we knew we needed to get the win, move on to the cup, and then obviously we drew 2 each. Just disappointing. I think at the start of the game we felt the pressure as we knew we needed the win. Then as we got into the game and after we scored the goal, that's when we knew, right, we're in this. Just knew we had to get back into the game at some point, so that moment in time I was just like, right, this needs to be done, just hit it. Just seen the ball bounce in front of me, just went so quick, and then ball bounced and I was like, go for it, hit it, help the keeper. Us having the 3 games in the 3 days, just then we know at the most we've got the 2 games tomorrow. Just need to recover well, ice bath tonight. Just loosens up the muscles and makes us all feel relaxed. You just feel as if you can go so much quicker, it's like you feel 100%. We rotated the squad quite a bit in the first game, and then the second game we knew we had such a strong squad, meaning that we could just fill 100% in the next game. Having a really strong squad just meant we could chop and change like our players, and then we had players able to rest it ready for the Altea game.
2 games in one day, it was tiring, but we swapped around the players to rest people, and the first team weren't really that tough opponents, but the second team gave us a run for our money. It was hard enough, it was tiring.
It just shows we could have gone on to win it, but on the day it didn't go our way.
It's a great honour. At Rosario, I've never got any award like it. Topped off a great trip.
I was really happy to find out that all the players think like, I should have the award. I was just very proud of myself, and thank you to the lads.
And then left, right, left.
Get in the hole!
It's been a great trip. The football's been great. Unlucky to get beat, but off the pitch it's been great. The hotel's good. Everything's great.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been a really good experience, and the coaches are really helpful, and they just help us become the best players we can possibly be.
The coaching we received is just different from what we received at our clubs, and I think we can learn a lot more from this coaching and give me confidence as a player and made me a better player than what I was. The biggest highlight was probably beating Linfield 3-0. They won the National League comfortably, and I think whenever we beat them 3-0 and they even dropped down a few O2 players, it gave us a lot of confidence and gave us the boost for going ahead to the Costa Blanca Cup.
Take away a lot of it, take away the football. It's a higher standard than any of us have probably ever played. It's also a great experience to play alongside players like I have been.
I'm just going to keep enjoying the football. The club side was are going national next season, so we'll see where we go from there.
Players that play for SBYFL Fast team have moved on to do County Down, County Antrim and play for MI and stuff, and I hope to do the same in the future.
They should believe in themselves, and every training session, every match, just give it their best and leave nothing on the pitch.